Then we loaded the pole and headed out. So kind of got wind right on the way. So I think it's going to be the same thing. We're going to be counting on the wind to help drive the paint as we move. But we're going to go to Minnesota, direct from here to Minnesota, and then we're going to start backwards. And we really hope that we're going to be able to draw on the churches and the environmental groups and citizen organizations to help get the media out, to help get the people out so that we're meeting with, talking with the right people and bringing out the right message. We all know that the coal is loaded with mercury and arsenic, and we don't want that type of water. We don't want that type of air. You know, and I don't know. Here in the Northwest, at one time, you only worked for 3 months out of the year. For 9 months, we had social, cultural, spiritual exchange. You know, and my late brother, Kenny Cooper, used to say, back in those days, we had so much wealth here that the men hunted and fished and could have as many wives as they wanted, and the women did all the work. You know, how can you improve on that? Yeah, you know, it's wherever you want, you can always open up to that type of thing. But it was like that. Every stream was full of salmon. All shorelines were full of shellfish, crab, you know, and bottom fish. You know, and anadromous, non-anadromous species were swimming wherever the waters flowed. Yeah. Behind every tree or bush there was elk and deer and other game animals. So it was the wealthiest part of the whole continental United States right here. You know, and we like to believe that we're trying to keep Bellingham beautiful, Whatcom County beautiful. We're trying to keep Washington State green. At one time we wrote to the state of Washington and said, why don't you change your name to Washington State to Clear Cut State? You know, the rest of the story. But yeah, we're going down to Yankton Sioux. We're going to stop at the Yankton Sioux because, you know, they're leading the charge in the protest against the oil trains and the pipeline, Keystone Pipeline. We know the president's at the point where sooner or later he might make that choice. You know, if he does make a choice, we hope that our voice is loud enough. We hope that we're like Horton hears a who and the president hears us. You know, and if we can get him to pay attention that we are building up strong alliances all across the nation, and then we might be able to influence that final decision before he leaves office. You know, same thing with Keystone up there, Kendra Morgan, when they're adding another pipe into the Fraser River. When we went up to Tsleil-Waututh, you know, and we heard their story. That's why we gave them the pole to help bring attention to their plight and their concerns. They're a small nation, and all of you that were here last year in support of that campaign, that was a success story. Tens of millions, probably 30 million people were reached or more by just that media campaign that we started. You know, and that's what we want to do. We want to double it, triple it. You know, so the media needs to have sound bites from leadership, from all the organizations, and they need to have visual opportunities to put something on the front page or on their Twitters or what have you. But we can't do it alone. We know we're going to stop there and I hope be able to talk on the way out, at least to the Crow Nation. Every time we go through Crow territory, we know we're at odds with them, but we do respect them enough to stop. Last year we stopped on the way down and on the way back, giving them the opportunity to let us hear their story. But we're just a mouse in the corner of the church. We're not the church itself, as an example. So we will listen. We will do what we can, because we also know that they have pain and suffering too. You know, they're like every Native Americans. They're super impoverished communities where people are living day to day, and they have the shortest life expectancy, the highest teenage suicide rates in the country, highest infant mortality. And so we understand the pain and suffering. We're not saying we're totally insensitive to their plight, but we're just saying that we don't want the arsenic and the mercury in our waters. And it's going to be here. You know, we carved a totem pole for the late Senator Warren G. Magnuson when he lived down there in Seattle. Him and his wife on the totem pole. Actually, last year we restored that totem pole. But one of the things that he was saying, as we told and identified the different parts of that totem pole, he goes, well, you forgot my whales. My killer whales. Don't forget, I fought to protect the killer whales too. You know, because I wanted those double hull super tankers. You know, I wanted them totally out of our state. They're not coming through here, but you know, we win some, lose some. You know, and he was a great champion for protecting the environment of the Puget Sound. You know, we need to find those type of champions in office, whether it's state office or national office. And we need to get them to stand up and be counted. You know, so people do have power. They do have power. Last year I understood that when we asked